Super Fast Tortoise in the show, drinking coffee, wishing you well, because life is swell. Super Fast Tortoise. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends have been the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow.
Hey, everybody! I want to know if you're going to give Hillbilly coffee.
Well, I can't get a cup of coffee because I ain't got no way heating it up. I ain't got no microwave no more. It quit working.
No!
Yeah.
What about the coffee pot? Can you make a fresh pot?
No, because nobody drink the pot will be wasted because they won't drink it.
Sounds like a challenge to me. If I regulated a pot of coffee and had to drink it before it turned off, I would.
Challenge accepted.
Exactly. Challenge accepted. Like you know, I go for like 2.5 cups of pots of coffee a day. About like that's not just me. The wife is part of it, but she drinks less coffee than I do. I drink it throughout the entire day. I mean, I am a coffee aficionado, and trust me, I say I enjoy my coffee that I make better than I do going to Starbucks.
Yeah, I enjoy my coffee too, but I'm afraid to drink too much coffee because I do suffer from kidney stones sometimes. Oh, they ain't fun. I'm always afraid of what I drink because I don't want to get any more kidney stones.
Kidney stones? But I thought you wanted to collect those, get like a jar full of them.
If they brought me money, then yes, but they won't them, so I can't. So it ain't worth collecting. Ain't worth getting.
All they bring you is pain.
Right.
Nah, that's funny.
You have to go up and have one blasted. Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, they're sharp. They don't go down the tube very smoothly at all.
If they're small, they do, but if they're big, oh no, you gotta have that dang sucker blasted.
Right.
Yep.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. I was just about to say, too bad your kidneys don't get enough pressure to turn those stones into gold,
Really?
They can make you money.
Really?
But anyways, everybody, enough about kidney stones.
It is Friday. We are completely off the rails this morning.
Well, my brain is not working 100%. Like, I had to change the word committee in the thumbnail because I spelt it wrong originally. Then I had to change the word switches from witches because my brain wasn't thinking straight. And who knows what else might be wrong with my titling and whatnot. It's insane. Like, we woke up in a panic because we got a big knock on the door this morning, and it's one of the park managers that work the park. And nice to know, the guy who works at the park actually works and owns part of the local LGS here. Yeah, it's Cooley's Card Games. He knocked on the door and said, I think I smell a gas leak coming out from your house. So we had to scrounge up the kitties, trap them in a room because we couldn't take them outside with us. We had to trap them in a room with the litter boxes, which is hard because rounding up cats is not easy. Then we had to go sit in the car for like half an hour while the guy from the gas company came by and checked the gas pipes and stuff. Which, in the end, everything's okay. Thank God, right? Everything's good. But not so fun part is that I wake up like 40 minutes before my wake up time. So my brain's debogged. So I hope your morning is better than that.
I hope everybody's morning is better than that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy that everything's okay. I mean, that's one less still have to worry about. All right. But hey, what's your day like, right? Did you guys eat anything good for breakfast so far? I've had absolutely zilch.
I have had nothing either.
I've had half a bottle of Fuji apple flavored water.
Ooh. Straight from the Fuji's apple water. Delicious, refreshing. Sponsor us. But anyways. Oh yeah. So today's topic is about WOTC switches, the Commander Community round, which we'll get into. But first, we got to get into the thing that we talked about the most. And that's
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
ooh, TCGdude coming up with the card of the day the last few days. Came up with Coat of Arms. I'm like, whew, this card would be fierce in a vampire deck, fierce in an elf deck. This card is nuts.
Yeah.
But the only issue with the card is it helps everybody out. So each creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature that in play. So that means your opponent's board, your board, everything.
Yep.
I actually have a funny story about this card. I had a buddy playing goblins who plays a Coat of Arms, taps his Krinko, and then on my turn, I'm playing lands. I have, 10 or 15 in play.
Yeah.
And I play Avenger of Zendikar.
Mm-hmm.
All those plants. I had 15 plants.
Whew.
And then they got bigger. They got bigger because of the landfalls.
Right. That's
So
crazy.
I was like, hey, bud, do you have a way to blow your own Coat of Arms up? Because if so, now's the time to probably do that.
Right. Let's do it. That's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. Like how that works out. Like Coat of Arms is really strong for you, but it can be strong for your opponents who in the right situations.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to be real careful playing it. You have to know. You have to have a pretty good idea of what your opponent's trying to do, and if they're trying to do anything tribal, you need to play this and win, or at least take that person out. Because if not, it can bite you in the derriere pretty quick.
You know, I'm surprised they never made an opposite of Coat of Arms, one that gave a creature -1/-1 for each other creature of its type on the battlefield.
There's kind of a zombies one that does this. Noxious Zombie gives all other non-zombies -1/-1 whenever a zombie ETBs. It's similar.
We got Dag asking, hey, welcome to the show. Hello.
Welcome.
But yeah, Coat of Arms is fun. Like it's from ninth. Like I don't know if there's the foil version of this from 9th edition is blackboarded, but it'd be cool. It'd be cool to get like a reprint and a standard set of this to see how it works in standard.
I feel like 7th edition is the earliest one I remember, but it could have been around longer.
Right, but in the whiteboarder sets, the foil.
Yeah, they're all whiteboarded. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. With that, let's get to the picture of the day. Picture of the day brought to you by Tibalts. He shared this a long time ago, and I didn't think about sharing it, but it's in the picture of the day category in Discord, which you're part of Discord. You can share card of the day, picture of the day, question of the day. Sometimes, if you're part of the Discord, you can play in our Commander games. So why not be part of the Discord community, right? It's always fun. You know, it's opportunistic for you.
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. And link will be in chat. But let's get to the picture of the day. Boom. Mad Saxon Necromancer. Yes, I've always been a nerd, he says. I just had more hair back then.
A little bit. Mm-hmm. It's migrated from the top to the chin.
That's right. Right. In my family, the joke is the hair moves from the head to the rest of the body. But yeah. Now look at that. I saw what I'm assuming is the picture of Mad Saxon Necromancer in the blue area is when he was younger. Look how much he's changed, like visually. You know, he looks like some Californian back in the day. Now he looks like a respectable adult. Yes, I call it respectable adult. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Like, I remember showing a picture of me when I was younger. I don't think it's on here. Oh, no, it's here. Here's a picture of me when I was younger. It looks so different. But you can tell my hair was thinning out. But whew. That's card of the day, picture of the day. But now we got to get to the question of the day. The question of the day is brought to you by me without a hat. Believe it or not, sometimes I don't wear hats. Super Fast Tortoise here with the question of the day. Question of the day is, what nickname do people give you for playing Commander? Like, what is your nickname in Commander when you show up to the table?
I have no idea.
Arch enemy.
What?
Mine's arch enemy.
Arch enemy. Here comes arch enemy. Everybody play against him. Hurry. It's all everybody against Ray.
I've
Sometimes
accepted my fate.
He accepted the fate. Yeah, well, I'm starting to come up with a nickname for Hillbilly. He probably won't like it.
Ruh-roh Raggy.
Start calling him Preacher. He's like, what? He's like, I don't want to get it. If you watch his streams, you'd get it. Like, you know, what?
I said, okay.
But like, we're getting to a point. We're getting to a point where we're starting to develop a community of people playing Commander games. I know Hillbilly wants the nickname Millmaster. We're waiting on him to build more decks with more mill.
After looking at how good his vampire deck is, we should be calling him the Vampire King because that deck is solid.
It is solid. Like we need more practice with it, more playability. Since we feel like we accurately bracketed the deck now, I think it needs more play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, more play, more vampireness. Call him the Vampire King. That could be a name. You know, some vampires are preachers too. We love you, Billy. We know what people call me at the table. We don't need to discuss that. It's embarrassing.
What's that, Board White King?
That's right, Board Wipe King. Like, I remember a story. Well, it's not really a story, but some guy on Facebook had posted his T-Mod. He's like, I got a T-Mod. So what card does I put in this deck? And so I showed him my deck list. And instead of saying, oh, that's an interesting deck list, he comes back and says, 9 board wipes. Do you have any friends?
That's definitely the most I've ever seen in a deck.
What?
Oh, yeah, by far. I have 6 in my walls deck, but they're all asynchronous. Like, they don't hit my walls.
Right.
And even I think that's excessive. So 9 in the deck is crazy town. But I love it.
9 are rookie numbers, if you ask me. No, I'm kidding. No, 9. I think 9 is the most board wipes I have in a deck. Even though Captain Waffles likes to joke around that I run like 15.
Like I started that.
Right, board wipe king. But yeah, it's pretty cool. The names we get when we get to it. It's like when I talk about deck building, I'm like, you want to run 5 to 8 board wipes, and some people are like, hey, board wipes, that's a lot. I'm like, well, it depends on how controlling your deck is or what you got in your deck. Like, board wipes are essential to the game because there are times your deck's running slow and you need to catch up, and the only way to catch up is to wipe the board, so to give you a fresh start. You know, and one time in a game I ran a lot of board wipes, not only because I was drawing into board wipes, but I was drawing into graveyard recursion to recur some of those board wipes from the graveyard. You know,
Nice.
so it might feel like 15 because I probably drew like 5 of them and played like 2 of them. Because one of my favorite cards to run in a 5-color deck is that one card. I can't remember the name of it. Costs 4 blue, 4 generic and a blue, 3 generic and a blue. You return an instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, and you can pay 2 generic and a red for flashback and return an instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah.
You played that last night, right? Or was it last night? When you got
I did play it last night.
You got the farewell back or something.
The dragon board wipe.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Crux.
Yeah. Tibalts Apprentice says only 9 board wipes, amateur numbers. That's right. Amateur. All right, let's get to the flavor of the show, man. The flavor. Let's get into it. WOTC switches the commander committee around. This is the title of the video. The commander kitty, meow. The commander committee has been relieved of 6 people, and they garnered 2 more. Let's read this article that Rayman was so gracious to share with me.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, it's in the words of Gavin. It says, "Hello, everybody. Gavin Verhey here. Today I'm talking about the Commander Format Panel. Over a year ago, the Commander Format Panel, or CFP, was established. I'm so happy with the group and what the group has done in a short amount of time for working together on communication and aligning on some unbans, to perhaps trickiest of all, working on matchmaking system all together. A lot of work has been tackled with speed, poise, and unique insight. And now, when I'm at game stores and events around the world, I hear people using brackets and game changers to describe their decks. It's really been a landmark year." It says, when we initially announced CFP last year, I mentioned that there would be a built-in yearly rotation. No position was permanent, and it's important to rotate new people through the system. I'll just quote the article from last year, as I think I said it here well. This commander is always changing, and great new community voices appear regularly, and while there is a global reach on this panel, there are still many places I'd love to be able to have members join from over time. So each year, some people will rotate off, some people will rotate on, and a number will remain. This provides natural rotation from year to year, helping to make sure we have a mix of people keeping the vision and new voices coming in to represent the community. To set expectations, it is likely that the total number of people will go down in the first rotation. 17 people plus myself is a huge group. For the first year, here's plenty of us to evaluate together. So I'm happy to have the extra eyes and experience, and it's really important to maintain consistency and vision during this transition. Since today is the day of that rotation, some new people are going to be joining, and others will rotate out. Before moving on, I just want to take on a moment to say that every single person on the panel positively contributed to the decisions we made over the past year. We always knew we'd be going down in size, so while some people are leaving today, I could absolutely imagine rotating some of these players back on in a future year if they were interested. With all that said, here is what you can expect for the second class of the Commander Format Panel as we head into 2026. Existing members. We got Bandit, Benjamin Willer, Deco, Tetu. I hope I said that correctly. We got Josh Lee Kwai, Lua Stardust, Olivia Gobert Hicks, Rachel Weeks, Rebel Lily, Tim Willoughby, and Tom Elliott. And the 6 that are rotating off the panel is Attack on Cardboard, Charlotte Sable, Daquan Watson, Greg Salvin, Christy Gregory, and Scott Lerby. Sorry about the name issues. My brain is still defunct. So thanks again to everybody for all the great efforts over the past year. If you are interested in reading more about any of them, you can go read their bios from last year here. In new additions, one thing I mentioned last year is that this all kicked off that I wanted to be able to rotate and somehow new people to bring in new ideas and backgrounds. And this year is no exception. 2 people will be joining us on the Commander Format Panel. You may not recognize them, so let me introduce them to you. We got Alex Hare. Looks like a nice dude. I wish I had that jacket. Tell you what. Alex, or
jacket is fire.
Yeah, the jacket is fire. Or as he knows, best online hire is the Magic creator on Commander Player of all levels from the USA, but you probably know him mostly as being involved in the major voice in the CDH community. He's one of the members of the channel playing with power and even helps us run his own tournament series, in addition to providing lots of general insight on the format time and time again, which is what caught my attention and caught my eye. His additional eyes on CEDH will be helpful in the future event. We need to evaluate anything around that format this year. Then we got Tomer Abram. Okay, I'm going to screw this up, but excuse me. Tomer Abramovici. All right.
It's just Tomer. Everybody knows he was Tomer, and we love Tomer.
Tomer's from Goldfish. I know that.
Yeah.
I actually watched his video yesterday when it popped up because it was popped up right after the end of the scene. All right. Residing in France. Tomer is a great Nexus Commander discussion. He got to start doing work on budget Commander decks, and now you can find him sharing his opinion on the format as part of the MTG Goldfish group and on social media. I appreciate Tomer's insight and how he digs into community issues, and I think he's going to be a great additional voice for medium power Commander level players, all while providing additional international insight on European events and trends as well. Congratulations on both Alex and Tomer for joining the group, and I'm excited to see what they both add. That'd be interesting. We got a kind of like a low power player and a high power player being added to the roster. Looking ahead to 2026. So thank you all for the great discussion and response for our last article. It's been so great reading and watching all your thoughts. I know I alone have consumed countless hours of videos and podcasts talking about them. We're not talking about any of that or making any format changes today, especially since we're about to bring in some new people who I want the opinions as well. I just wanted to say thank you. You can expect an update in the first quarter of next year. Sometime after the release of Lunar Eclipse, regardless of whether we make any changes, we want to check in with everybody. For today, I want to focus on the panel. I'm so happy and grateful to be able to work with a great group of people on the format. Congratulations to the new members for joining, and thanks to everybody who has been involved in the panel for all their efforts over the past year. Have a great holiday season, and I'll talk with you next year. And this has been Gavin Very on behalf of the Commander Format panel. There's their names. And that's the end of the thing. I'm sorry I feel like I hogged the reading thing.
You are right.
But
we are not in high school. We do not have to share the article and go down and read paragraphs each.
Yeah, like I get so wrapped up that like I feel if I don't finish reading something sometimes, I feel like I skip a beat. And like you already know, I'm struggling today with my brain. But we read a good article. They're relieving some people, and they're bringing in two different views onto the panel. They got a high power player and they got a medium power player in the panel. So I wonder if that will bring up more discussion about the brackets. You know, that'd be interesting. Maybe they do add the fifth bracket like we discussed yesterday, or maybe they redesign the brackets a little differently to separate 3, 4, and CEDH.
I mean, it might. I hope it does. Because, I never agreed with the bracket system, even the beta and all that when it first came out with. I've never agreed with it. There needs so much work done to it in order for it to be more accurate. And I don't think it'll ever be accurate.
Yeah, I definitely think it definitely needs more work. Like if they're going to implement the bracket system, it definitely needs more work. Because I think bracket 3 saying having a win condition by turn 6 is pretty insane, pretty fast.
Yeah,
I think on the ground level, it's helped. When we first started playing Commander at my LGS, the bracket system didn't exist, and people would come in with decks. And you'd be like, oh, well, how powerful is your deck? Oh, well, it's maybe a 7. It's probably an 8. And then they sit down and it's like the Winota CEDH deck.
Right.
And I'm going, does anybody else know what this deck is?
Right.
And maybe they didn't because they were still all pretty new, but I knew what it was. So is it perfect? Absolutely not. We discussed this ad nauseum yesterday. Definitely not perfect, but it's helping. There's definitely work that needs to be done, changes that need to be made. Hopefully they get made. On the specific of the Commander committee, the one name on that committee that I was so happy to see that stayed was Olivia.
Mhm.
I think she is a fantastic voice on the committee. Her insights on, I love watching Commander at home because I love listening to her talk about Commander. And of course, you know, her future husband is a Hall of Famer who I have no doubt is helping give insight onto that committee, whether or not his name is attached or not. I mean, if you're not taking advice from Brian Kibler, then what are you even doing?
Right, Brian Kibler. Every day, Kibler shuffling. Remember that meme? But yeah, like we got great people on the format, and I honestly, for rotating people out, I wish I would have seen more of a rotation of people going out and people coming in. Because one thing I know, because I've been running this show for several years now with Hillbilly, and sometimes we get stuck with the same mindset sometimes for too long.
Yep.
Right. And we get that old person thought where we kind of get stuck on a mindset until we find something that changes our mind. You know, and so like I think like people who do a lot of the people on the committee, like dare I say Josh Lee Kwai has a certain mindset about Magic. Maybe we need someone else who thinks differently. You know, and I highlight Josh Lee Kwai because he runs the command zone, and I watch their videos. They do have a specific mindset on Commander.
Yeah, well, not only that, before Wizards got a hold of Commander, but you know, because you know, before Wizards got a hold of Commander, they had their own. Commander had its own committee.
Yep,
and Josh Lee Kwai was on that committee.
he was with Olivia and Rachel Weeks.
And I think they should have been the first ones rotated off the list instead of the ones that rotated off. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying nothing bad about them or anything, but they've been in Commander so long. And if they're wanting fresh new eyes on Commander, then the ones that were originally on the Commander committee should have been the first ones rotated out.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion about that.
That's a good opinion. Tibalts says, yes, more low-level players. We need more low-level players on the committee. I think we need to mix, and I think that's what makes the two new people great. We have a high-power player and a medium-level player when it comes to power. And I think that will bring up discussion between deck building and possibilities. And I think, and hopefully, Tin Hat Theory, that will revitalize the thought process on the bracket systems. Because one thing they should have written down in the bracket system is discussion is important. Rule 0 is important. You know, simple stuff. Like, because you know how it is. You know, someone gets a Bible in their hand, just figuratively speaking, and they take the word as word of God, right? And that's what people are trying to use the bracket system as the word of God. And working with these websites, and the websites look at your deck and they're like, well, you're running 3 game changers. This must be bracket 3, even though your deck's probably like a bracket 2, just with 3 game changers in it. You know, like
100%.
You know,
100%.
You know, yeah. So I think on this channel we root for a more clear discussion on deck buildings because one of the things we discuss a lot is power level. Like you saw my Dragon's deck. My Dragon deck was running poorly last night until I hit that 8th land.
I feel like that's all Dragon decks though. They're all slow, and then they explode. They're time bombs.
Right. Yep. And that's kind of the same with my dinosaur deck. It's kind of slow, but time bomb.
Yep.
That's kind of
any kind of big creatures deck like that outside of Eldrazi, because they just have so much colorless ramp with the rocks. But any kind of big creatures that require especially multiple colors like dinosaurs and dragons, those decks sit there, do nothing, and then the turn they do something, if you do not stop them, they're probably winning in a turn or 2 at most.
Right, yeah. In a turn or 2 at most, they're doing a lot of work.
Absolutely.
And you know what? That's good for discussion, because like tonight I plan on running my Pantlaza deck tonight for Commander. It's a bracket 3 deck.
That one should be a little bit faster. Commander's much cheaper, only 4.
Well, it's actually you might not know this, but I actually have 3 dinosaur decks.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, it shouldn't surprise me.
It shouldn't surprise you, but I got Joda, which you've played before against.
Yes.
Which could be better. We could have played better, but it didn't. Then I got Pantalaza, bracket 3, fun. And I'm trying to push it to a bracket 4. And I got another Pantalaza deck. And the reason why I got 2 Pantalaza decks is because my family bought me the Precon and a box of Ixalan and the Secret Lair that I wanted for Christmas one year. So I took the Precon, dressed it down, and upgraded it with everything I got. And that became my second Jurassic Park deck. Then I took the remains of the original deck and I added cards from the booster box to the deck to upgrade that deck. So I got 3 dinosaur decks.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Oh, I love dinosaurs. But now all my decks are bracket 3, so I don't have a bracket 2. But like my third deck is like a bracket 2, but it's bracket 3 because it's upgraded.
I could easily take the Aura Shards and the Seedborn Muse out of my Walls deck, and it would be right back at bracket 2 where it belongs. Because it's just walls, and if you kill my commander, walls can't attack.
Right, that's true.
They're just walls.
Just walls. That's right. A different song came to my head just then, but instead of the word walls, the word was balls. I got big walls, you got big walls, but we've got the biggest walls of them all.
There is a 030 one now, thanks to Avatar.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's what we needed. It was a ginormous wall.
That's a huge rear end.
That's right.
Planetarium is such a great card, though, too, out of Avatar.
So,
but
here's a
so
question.
I'm happy about the committee changing. I'm happy that they're getting some new people in. I love that there's a CEDH guy, because I don't think enough people who play Commander really understand how absolutely nuts those decks are. I think it's, I cannot think of the channel. Their shorts pop up in my feed all the time, and I love watching them. And one of the guys, he takes his deck, he shuffles it up, and he says, "Hey, let's look at starting hands." And he'll draw 7, and he'll look at it and go, "Yeah, this hand's good," or "No, this hand's good or bad. Let's shuffle up and draw again." And I'm going, "Wow, that hand was really strong. What is this deck trying to do?" And then when he gets one he keeps, he goes, "Yeah, see, this can win on turn 2." And I think that is something that people who don't play CDH or don't keep up with CDH do not understand. Like in CEDH, you are trying to win on turn 2, and if you cannot either do that yourself or stop someone else from winning, you can't play that. You cannot play at CEDH.
So here's a question for you, both of you. What's one thing you hope to see from the community in the future?
Just improvement on the bracket system.
I would like a little bit more transparency. I want one of them to give me a good explanation, and maybe they can, as to why we have some cards like Gaia's Cradle, for example, legal in Commander. It is a game changer, sure, but it's legal in Commander. But Tolarian Academy is banned.
Right.
Is it that much stronger than Gaia's Cradle? Maybe a little bit. But put it in, make it a game changer. Put it in there. If people don't want to play against Tolarian Academy, play bracket 2 where you will never, ever see it.
Well, not to defend it. Not to defend Tolarian's Academy from being unbanned. Because I think Gaia's Cradle should be banned too with the list. But I think the reason why Tolarian Academy is banned is because it adds mana equal to the amount of artifacts there are. And there are a ton of 1 mana, 0 costed added artifacts out there.
I mean, and that is true. But with Gaia's Cradle, if you're playing an elf deck, that thing can generate 7, 10 mana on third turn.
Oh yeah, it can go crazy. And that's why I think it should be banned from Commander. Like I think any of the powerhouse cards, like, it makes no sense that Guy's Cradle is the only unbanned card from that cycle or whatnot.
Oh, Sarah's Sanctum. You can still play Sarah's Sanctum, which is the enchantment one. The black one is so mid that nobody knows that that's the card, but it's Phyrexian Tower.
Mm-hmm.
And the red one, actually, nobody knows. I don't even know what the red one does.
Neither do I. But yeah, so but like part of the reason I don't think they banned Gaia's Cradles because it has such a pricey price tag on it. They don't want to hurt people's feelings by dropping the value of the card being banned in a format.
Well, I mean, they banned Mana Crypt.
They did.
And I literally, I came into the shop. Everybody saw the look on my face, and they're like, "What's wrong?" I go, "I finally broke down and bought one of the rainbow foil Ixalan Mana Crypts. It was en route, and they banned it. I didn't even get to touch it while it was legal."
Dang.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Tibalts says, yes, everyone should try CDH a few times. Well, I've tried it and got my butt handed to me.
Me too.
Even though I have one deck that I trust in a CDH game.
I don't want to spend more time shuffling my deck than I do playing the game.
That's right.
And I have no problem with people who enjoy CH. Look, I've said this for years. If you enjoy playing Magic in any specific way, if it's Commander, Standard, Modern, if you're playing Pauper, Vintage, Legacy, whatever you're playing, if you're playing Magic and that's what you enjoy, play it. I personally do not enjoy CEDH, so I do not play CEDH. But I'm glad that it exists for the people who do, because that keeps the people who are wanting to play Commander at the absolute highest level that can eke every tiny little bit of efficiency in their deck. They want to wring that out. Great. I'm glad those people can do that, and they call it CEDH, and I don't have to deal with dying on turn 2 in Commander. Unless I sign up for it, which I'm not. But
sign up for it. That's right. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna play it. So I hope, to answer my own question, that we get in the future of the committee is I hope we get more of a focus on the projects they're working on now. Like, instead of having like vague things told to us or having things worry about a certain discussion being had, I hope things get more focused in the community and more planted as more of a real thing. Like, I want to see the brackets come out of beta. I want to see them worked on where it makes sense. Like HILLBILLY says, work on the brackets, But I want to see it make sense. I want to see a definition between CEDH and bracket 4. I want to see a really good definition. I want to see a good definition that separates bracket 3 from bracket 4. Like I think that's important there.
I mean, we do have a good definition between 4 and 5.
Right, that's right.
4 is what it is, and 5 is just 4, but you are taking in mind the meta.
Right.
Right. Like, you are taking in mind that that when you sit down at a CEDH table, you are going to run into Rogsai, you're going to run into Thrasios Timna, or any of those decks that are playing at the really tip-top level of CEDH. That's what you're going to sit down, and you can probably guess 85 to 90% of the cards that are in those decks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Now is that a big enough gap between those two brackets? I don't love it. But at least they gave us a definition.
Right.
And I would actually really like to see, I don't know if you guys remember reading this, but the bracket system is what WOTC did when they took over the committee, and they had taken the idea from the committee. The committee was working on something similar, a way to get away from everybody decks is a 7.
Right.
They were working on this and had been, according to Olivia, for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then when WOTC took over the committee, they took the idea and changed it around into what the brackets are now. I would love to see, those documents, just to see where the rules committee was going with their idea of how to try and do the rule zero discussion and keep everybody's power level on a closer level. And I think that the brackets do that some. Like the gap in power is much smaller. Is there still a gap? As Hillbilly points out, there absolutely is. There is a huge gap in especially bracket 4 decks. And true bracket 3 decks, there probably is a little bit bigger gap than there needs to be. But it's a heck of a lot smaller than it used to be.
Right. I want to respond to Tibalt. He says, but it's so hard to impose rules on something that is meant to be casual.
I don't think Commander is casual anymore. Turn 6 win, that's not casual. To me, that's not casual.
It's not really casual anymore, like especially turn 6 win. But if it's just a casual format, how can you sell a product for it?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think that you need to ask, like, when you sit down at a table, ask your opponent, are you trying to win on turn 6? Because I have decks that are pretty powerful for bracket 3. You guys played my morph deck. That deck isn't sniffing a win by 6. It's lucky to win by 12.
Nice.
But it's still a pretty powerful deck, but it's not trying to win at 6. So I think that and they've said that the brackets are not a replacement for rule zero discussions.
That's right.
So maybe that's on us as players.
Well, that's why our discussion yesterday was it feels like between the bracket change from the second rendition of beta to the new rendition of beta is it went from this was more for discussion. Now people are trying to break the system. Like they're trying to break it.
Yeah. Now turn 12 win, to me, that's more casual than a turn 6 win any day.
Right. It's like most decks we play, we might get some swingy things going on by turn 6, but our decks are just going on at turn 6. There's on. But hey, my friends, it's time of the week. We've been waiting all week for this. Hillbilly's been waiting all week for this. But I want to make sure we get it done today. We're gonna hit to the
What?
We're going to the movers and shakers. Yeah. Well, let's get to the movers and shakers really quick. We're seeing a 79% increase on Monument Endurance. That's obviously due to the Pro Tour that just happened, the championship.
Yeah.
That is worth there. Yeah, $21 for an artifact that does absolutely nothing unless you play stuff.
Right.
It's pretty good. I like it. I've seen it played in Commander. It's pretty solid. I like the option. Then at 42%, at 2605, we got Artist Talent. Ooh, that card jumped up. I wonder if I have a copy of this. I don't remember. Probably not, because I'm not that lucky. But there you go. At 37% and 2256, we got River Pyre Verge. Man, it looks like a lot of the Izzet cards are showing up here. I wonder why.
In other breaking news,
right? 38% at 29.9. You got Multiversal Passage. Ooh, this line, I don't understand why this land is so good. It's
because it's a fetch land in Standard. That's all. That's why it's just a fetch land in Standard.
It's a shock land in Standard.
Or sorry, yeah, shock.
And it's a bad shock land at that. It's pay 2 life if you want to enter untapped, and it's a chosen color. Yeah, can you imagine how nuts this card would be if it tapped for any color and you could pay 2 life? That'd be insane. Yeah.
But you can pay. It does. You choose a color, so you can choose any color.
Right. This land, you choose any color when it enters the battlefield: red, white, blue, black, green.
Right.
Yep.
Whatever color it is, and once it enters the battlefield, it's that color for the rest of the game.
Correct.
It actually gets that land type too, which is important.
True, it's the chosen type, so
it is the chosen type. So if you choose swamp, it counts as a swamp for things like Yavam, for Cabal Coffers, things like that. Yeah,
turns Verge's on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good. So it has some uniqueness in Standard, but to me, it's still just a bad card. I mean, it's a worse version of other cards. That's what it is to me. but it is mana fixing, so that works. At 25%, at 721, we got Storm Chaser's talent, another talent. That card is pretty good. Yeah, Storm Chaser's talent is pretty solid. Plus 6% and 4313. We got Bristly Bill.
No!
That card is incredibly powerful.
Still surprised he's not banned in standard.
I better not get banned. Take a leg. I got one.
If he's banned in standard, why would that be bad? You got one in your commander deck. You still play him a commander.
I don't want him banned in standard either.
It'll rotate out sort of soon, right?
I think it'll rotate out the next rotation.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
8%, 2829. We got Ozier, Zonal, Deepest Might. Nice.
Go.
Yes. Plus 7%. These 8 and 7s are barely moving. That's a nudge. $26. We got Overlord of the Belmark.
Only Overlord I ain't got.
I own a copy of this in the deck. I just don't understand why it's so powerful or why it's worth so much money.
It works great in reanimator decks. Plus, you get to bring something back.
Yeah.
It's a mana 5/5, and it's an enchantment, which is really good in Commander.
Mm-hmm.
It comes into play, and you mill yourself 4 cards, and you return a creature or planeswalker that's not an avatar from your graveyard to your hand.
Yeah, and you can impend it. I'm not sure I've ever cast that for its actual mana cost. I think I've impended it every time and just used it as like a cheap way to bounce an important creature back to my hand.
Right. I guess digging for that creature might be good because it says return target non-avatar creature card or planeswalker from a graveyard to your hand, so it doesn't have to be other cards you milled.
Right. It does not have to be one of the ones you milled. It just has to be in the bin.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. It's a fun card. I guess I can see how it works. To me, I don't think it's mythic worthy.
Oh well, that's a different story. I completely agree with that. I don't think those should have been mythics, but
yeah.
I think it's been rare.
Agreed.
Now, a card I want for my deck, I don't have a copy of this, is 5%. 5%, 28, 29. Vault-Born Tyrant. Yeah, I want this for my janky deck. This card's so good.
It is.
So good. I like it. I love it. 2839. Vault-Born Tyrant or another creature with power 4 greater enters the battlefield under your control. You gain 3 life and draw a card. Yeah. Vault-Born Tyrant dies. If it's not a token, create a token that's a copy of a creature, except it's an artifact addition to the other side. Just fine. That's fine.
Very good card. Classic dinosaur. Big stompy, big mana cost. Good card.
No, a card seeing a spike in price, probably because of that spoiler we saw from Lorwyn Eclipse. We got Tyler the Pummeler at $5.
Yeah, definitely from the lower one. Definitely.
That's pretty cool. Tyler the Pummeler. I believe I have a copy of this somewhere, but I could be wrong. But now going down in value, down 18%, 61.42. We got Badger Mole Cub. Finally, this card needs to drop down to a realistic price.
Yeah, the reason it's dropping is not because it's bad. It's just that it was vastly overcosted to begin with. And that's the same thing with every single one of the avatar cards on this list. None of these cards are bad. They're all very good. It's just the price was so inflated when they came out that they were going nowhere but down.
I think the price was inflated because of the pro tournaments going on. People are picking them up.
I've only bought one. Yeah, I've only bought one pack of Avatar and pulled a Badger Mole Cub out of it.
That's pretty cool.
A buddy of mine pulled the stamped one in his pre-release kit and sold it immediately because it was $80-something.
Holy cow! Holy cow! Now down 15% and $41.99. We got Washi Tongue Librarian. Now this is another card I don't understand why it's so expensive, but it's still a good card. Trust me, I play the blue-green version of this card. That's not as good as this card.
Yeah, it's Hydroid Crisis.
Hydroid
Crisis. Except it's just mono blue.
Just mono blue. Yep, mono blue. And when an opponent searches the library, put +1 counter on it, so it gets bigger.
Yep.
It's still a good card. I love the card. Don't be wrong. It's just, is $40 worth it? Really?
I had somebody flash one of those into me after I brought 3 fetch lands back from our graveyard playing my lands deck.
So they got a counter on it for shuffling.
Yeah,
because
for all the fetches,
X can be 0, so you can pay 2 mana on a flash when someone's searching their library for 2 fetches to get 2 +1 counters on it.
That's exactly what they did too.
Nice.
BV 30, 19%.
Yeah, sorry, I inhaled some coffee wrong. VV Ordinator dropping down $30, but this is going to be an expensive card because one, it's rare, like Mythic, from
Yep.
a very specialized set. Two, it's broken in Commander. It was broken in Standard, and people are playing it in other formats too. So this card is very strong. So I don't foresee this dropping way low at all.
No. I think 25 is probably about where this card settles because it is banned in Standard.
Yep.
I think for Commander, everybody only needs one, unless you're running multiple decks with him in it for some reason. I have a couple of them personally, but I think $25 is about where this card settles when all is said and done.
Right. Now down 13% at $21.99. We got Appa Steadfast Guardian. I like this card. This is Dan Tortoise's idea of cards. This is a kind of an O-ring, but it's not an enchantment. But it's 4 mana, 3/4 flash flying. When you airbend, when it comes into play, it's pretty good. And you can airbend other people's stuff. You exile them, they get to play them later.
Yep.
But airbend is such a weird ability to me because it's like blinking, but with extra mana cost to it.
Well, you can only with yours. With this, you can only airbend your stuff.
Yeah, it's true. But some other airbending things like you airbend other creatures. But you're right. I didn't read the you control part. Then down 10% at $20, we got Traveling Chocobo, the Golden Chocobo that people were talking about the other day.
Very good card.
We were looking up the Golden Chocobo and it wouldn't pop up. Well, Traveling Chocobo is what they're talking about. Very good card. Very fun card. Good landfall card. People run this in landfall decks even if they're not running birds.
Absolutely. I do. I have one in Windgrace.
Nice.
I think the only reason the Final Fantasy cards are going down is WOTC just pumped out tons of more Final Fantasy product.
That's right.
Those Chocobo bundles, while they are expensive in a lot of places, they came out. They're all over the place.
Right. Now, moving down 4%, barely a nudge. $50 basically. We got Quantum Riddler. This is another card. I do not understand why it's so freaking expensive. I have a foil version of this. I don't even have in the deck anywhere. I don't know what to do with it.
I wish I did.
I don't even know what to do with it right now. Like I want to put it in a deck, but I'm like, what do I take out of it? Everything seems so much better than this card. Even the 2 mana 1/1s that just draw a card in ETB seems better than this card to me. But it's a 4/6 flyer for 5 mana, which is pretty strong. When this creature enters the battlefield, draw a card. As long as you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, if you draw 1 or more cards, you draw that many cards plus 1 instead, which is fine. So you get to draw 2 cards. That's just solid. If you have less than how many cards? If you draw 1, if you have 1 or few cards. So if you have no cards in hand, so this pushes you to be aggro in a draw deck.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're at 0 cards or 1 card, you draw this, you pay 2 mana, and you're getting 2 cards, and then it's sitting out there waiting for you to recast it later.
Yeah. So maybe, so it must be doing.
It's not worth $50. It's not worth $50, but it's a good card.
It's a good card. Drawing is always powerful. So
I would like to put that in several decks that I own, but not at $50. I would just not.
Yeah, I think that's if you have the card, or if one, you probably want to trade for it more than spend the money on it.
Absolutely.
All right, down 9% at 2070. We got Cloud Midgard Mercenary.
This is probably dropping a little more than it should because the new Commander decks all come with another copy of this. Like the Commander deck that has the game code in it. Every one of those has one of these in it now.
That's 2 mana tutor, so it's pretty solid on a creature.
It's a Stoneforge Mystic.
Kind of, yeah. As long as Cloud is equipped, if an ability of a Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers, that ability triggers additional time. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a copy of this card just for my deck. I mean, he's a tutor.
He is.
Like, if you ask me, any tutor that costs 2 mana or less is a game changer, even if it's not on the game changer list.
You put a Sword of Animist on him, and you get mana real quick.
That's right. But that's very true, because you get to search for 2 lands.
You do.
All right, down 14%, $12. We got the Legend of Roku. This card is just chilling, villain like a villain. It's doing all right. It's doing good. Then down 8% in 2350, you got the wall basing C. I might have
that big old butt defender.
Yep, 0-30.
You know, the wall of Banksing C is Sir Mix-a-Lot's favorite wall.
Absolutely. His baby definitely got back.
That's right. And now down 5% at $39. So this is probably not really budgeting at all. Down 5% means it saw a little wiggle and that was it. Is Buster Sword. Buster Sword is pretty good. Now this is a card I can back up. It's colorless, it does what you want, and it does a lot. Like, it's hard to find, hard to get. Equipped creature gets +3/+2. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to player, draw a card, then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. Pretty solid.
Very good card.
As a Voltron player, now I can see why this is $40. That's from my experience seeing it. But I think this would be better at like a $30 card than a $40 card. But for how fast and aggressive Voltron decks get, I can understand why this card is nuts.
Yes, it's quite powerful. I've got one for my Noctis. The rest of my stuff for Noctis will be here today. So hopefully next week you guys will get to see a brand new deck.
Nice. And my friends.
It's that time.
It's been the movers and shakers.
Oh.
Hey, Hillbilly's happy. He finally got to see the shakers this week.
Yep.
I was trying to remember today to do the movers and shakers.
It was a great day for it. We got everything to go through the end of the week.
Let's see. In my opinion, I believe that WOTC hasn't made a clear distinction between casual bracket and competitive commander. I think I think what is needed is making different competitive format for ECDH. I can agree on that, like 50% at the moment.
Yep.
Because I think there needs to be distinctions between the different brackets. That's why I think it's good they got a medium power player, and a ECDH player on the panel now that are clear in what they do. And like one of them is a budget player, you know?
Yeah, Tomer, he builds tons of budget decks.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. But hey, if you guys want to, and you're chilling out, I know Kevin Hayne, you've been here for a while. But if you're new watching, there's a handful of you, and you like today's episode, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and toggle that bell. Monday through Friday, we do the show. Look at me shilling before we get to the shill section. But,
hey, it's your show. You can shill the whole time if you want, buddy.
I try not to shill the whole time. I like to actually bring value and entertainment, and not just think about myself. And I think you guys do pretty good at bringing value and entertainment. Everybody who's on the show usually does that. Like Lone Wolf, who's not here.
We miss you, Lone Wolf.
We miss you, Lone Wolf. All right, now it's time to get to that time of the day where we click this button right here.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise. Building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon. No one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house. We own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Hey, everybody, it's time for the shill section, thrill section.
Yep.
Hey, welcome back. Considering making a Tom Bombadil commander that has many creature transform sagas to pull only one pure saga, the coming of Galactus. Nice. So the deck of Tom Bombadil, Herald of Galactus. That'd be awesome. I would love to see it. Because there's only one person we've known to date that ran a Tom Bombadil deck, and he got rid of it sad day. And it was a powerful deck.
Yep.
That was Captain Waffles. But anyways, let's get to that part where we find out where you can find you, because who knows? And pretty soon, starting next week, soon when we get everything together, we should have a new game store in the description of the video. So if you're checking out, maybe there's a website you can check out. Right? Not official sponsor, but if you like ordering Magic cards and supporting our community, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at that. But let's get to the one Rayman to talk his stuff out.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming in. Thanks for you guys having me again. I do have an announcement. It is sad to say that this is the last time I'll be on in voice only. Starting next week, I will be at my local game store with video of that amazing shop. You guys will get to see Brad's anime mural. It's 40 feet of artwork that he did himself. I'm so excited for everybody to see that. So until next week, thank you guys.
Yeah. Next week, man, we can get a command in for you. We just don't have any good information. You don't have a great site right now, unless you got.
We'll have it. We will have it.
We will get that done Monday morning or Sunday. Well, Saturday and Sunday are hard for me to get on the computer. We'll figure it out. We'll have it done Monday morning.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah. Hey, Billy.
Hey, everybody. I'm going to try to do a stream today at 2 o'clock. Not sure if I'm going to be up to it for it or not, but I'm going to try to be on at 2 o'clock to do some more arena. And so keep an eye out just in case I do.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's all I got planned for today.
All right. Well, let's have some fun. All right. Hillbilly's arm's been hurting him. He might not be able to attend tonight's game, but we do plan to have a F&M Commander Ignite tonight. So if you want to play and you're part of Discord, when I give the shout out for the game, hit me up. Or you can hit me up before game if you're on Discord. Let me know you want to play. Game's at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time because that's when we do stuff.
Go play. It's so much fun. I've had a blast. Every game I've played with these guys, win, lose, draw, didn't matter. Go play.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And with that, my friends, keep an eye on that. I want to thank you guys for being here. Hillbilly, Run Rayman, thank you for being here. Everybody in chat, you rock, you roll. Thank you for feeding us good commentary in the chat. Thank you for engaging with us. We love it 100% because, we love you. And thank you for being here with us. I want to thank you for everything you guys do. I want to thank my channel members for supporting the channel the way you do. I want to thank you channel subscribers for growing the channel the way you do. I want to remind you that you're awesome and amazing. And I want to remind you that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today because you might be the change in need. And with that, let's get to that outro stuff.
I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Super Fast Tortoise in the Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends have been the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show.